Make the motion
Make a
open.
motion to open the meeting on November 24th at 7:15.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. So, next thing, I want to get approval of the minutes for 10/6/15. I need a motion, a second.
Motion to approve the minutes.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Approval of the minutes for 10/20/15.
So motion.
Okay,
Second.
okay. All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion to approve the minutes of 11/9/15.
So motion.
Second.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Just gonna open it to the public. I think Mr. Demore has something for the board.
Public comment?
Public comment.
Thank you very much. Members of the board, I know you have important business. I'll be on my way after a couple of questions. First of all, I know that there was some discussion regarding a town planner, and there seems to be an interest by this particular board, so neglected to mention 9 Cherry Tree Lane, Joe Demore. But I'm here on a fact-finding mission for the Board of Selectmen Special Charge. So, question to you is, tell me a little bit about a town planner. What is that role? Why is it important for our town? And what's your vision for it?
Well, it's something that someone can be doing a lot of the legwork and creating a lot of the documents that the planning board needs to update and everything, okay, such as the zoning bylaw, keeping up on zoning changes, okay, and court changes and everything. But also the master plan, I mean, we're gonna be redoing it, okay, it was never even passed. I mean, I think we paid something like $30,000 and they shelved it. You know, not a good decision of the town's, the taxpayers' money. But, you know, that has to be done, and I mean, that could be part of his job to do that. That includes running around every board in this town and trying to get them to tell you something, where they're going, what they see the needs of and everything in the town. Because we're in the midst of changing the bylaw and everything and bringing it up to code and everything, and we're gonna need to evaluate areas of the town. I mean, we've done a little bit of that in the preliminary part of it. We were trying to get out of the problem where a lot of the business, we didn't really, you know, nail something down and say, well, this is by right, okay? We're on our way with that at this point. Hopefully by this annual town meeting, you know, that part will be squared away. But, I mean, there's things to reveal, and it's to do not just with the type of business, but, you know, what's in place in terms of betterments within the town and everything. Do we have sewerage? You know, do we have water, you know?
So this would be a part-time position
Yes.
that basically would fall under the Board of Selectmen?
Well, we'd love it to be under the planning board,
So that would be
okay?
Paid through your budget?
Yeah, I think it would go under the budget anyhow, no matter
Okay.
what. But, you know, I mean, we do want to say in what that person does. We want a review of what that person does. We don't want to get bogged down, Joe, anymore with a stop, because that's not helping. And it's, hopefully that individual is, you know, after a year or two, they're going to see things, and they're gonna be able to address not just the planning board, but the Board of Selectmen and a lot of the other boards in the town at that
Well, I
point.
know, a lot of the boards are working in
Mm-hmm,
kind of in
Yeah,
isolation, and there's a
right.
lot of growth going on in
Right.
this town, there's a lot of development,
right.
and it's really on its own. It's just kind of like develops in little spheres, and there's no oversight.
Well, one of the things,
To the next question about the master plan,
Mhm,
that was put together, what, about 15 years ago?
yeah,
And we paid for it?
yeah.
And for the layperson, what is a master plan?
Basically, it lays out a plan of what you're gonna do within the town.
In terms of building things like
Yeah,
libraries and
yeah.
schools?
Yeah, well, from a municipal standpoint, but also, I mean, we can't dictate, you know, basically what's gonna go in where. We can't do that. You're just at, Someone's gonna come in with an idea of a business or an industry or something like that. That's development. That's outside the town's guise. I mean, unless the town wants to put a ton of money up, because I can tell you that would get into millions. There's land for sale all over this town right now. If they can, get it to a developer, let me tell you, it's either gonna be houses or it's,
Town-owned land you're talking about.
no, not town-owned land, I'm talking about private land as well, and, in terms of what the town's needs are, yeah, I mean, it's every board in this town should be speaking up. I mean, I've been after increasing the sewerage in this town since literally 2000, when they started talking about it. I know we needed a rest after 1978, I mean, this town was torn up all over the place, it was terrible. But 10 years went by and nothing happened,
Yeah.
so.
Joe, approximately 15 years ago, we sent out a questionnaire to every household to give us steering of what the townspeople wanted the town to look like in the future and everything, what they wanted. Then we compiled that, and that's where we started writing the master plan. And to get back to the planner, everything that Jim said, I agree with too, but also, we need a specific person that can communicate with all the boards, like you were saying too, and steer the different projects through each board. Because right now, there's no communication, and it would run much better in the town if we had a point man that knew the different functions of each board and then correlated everybody together especially if we wanted to pass something special. And we need someone.
And if this person doesn't come through your budget, we can create the position through town meeting?
Well, yeah, you can do it, but generally what happens with these type of things, it'll end up in our budget. Like MVPC, that ends up in our budget.
One last quick question on the town planner, is that a position that can be shared regionally with other towns?
Yes, you can do that. You know, it's being done in some towns. I mean, I know with Georgetown, they've gone through 4 of them. I mean, there are some times where, you know, they come up with ideas and everything, and they just fall flat, or you get some boards say, no, we don't want that. You know, I think you have to go into this thing with a feeling of, we have to start somewhere. And, you know, looking to say, okay, get it done by next year. That ain't gonna happen. There's a lot to it. We're very, I don't know how to explain it, but, you know, we have a lot of stuff that has worked very well, and we have other parts of this town hasn't.
I read the master plan, there's chapters that are blank.
Mm-hmm.
We can't use a 15-year-old plan, we're gonna
No.
have to upgrade it.
No.
We're
No.
gonna spend some money,
No.
we're gonna do it.
But if you hire someone, even if you're getting 20 hours a week out of that person, they can take that old draft and everything, because that's about all it is at this point, and it's a start. It gives them some background, some knowledge at that point. But one of the things that, you know, you go to any board, and I'll tell you right now, what did they want more than anything else? Saturday morning meetings once a month. It's been a start-stop process over the years, and it's when all those boards get together and can, you know, throw out this, that, and the other, okay? They can share ideas, and they want that. Like I'm saying, it's a start process and it's a stop process. And where are we going? Nowhere.
Well,
So,
appreciate your time.
okay.
But when you vet a planner, make sure that he's qualified in all areas of zoning, planning, and
Well,
water
I
and
rely
sewer.
on you for that, on you.
Well, you know, we would like some sort of background. It's nice to get somebody that worked in, I mean, you got a building inspector now, part-time. He's also Newbury's building inspector, part-time,
Working out really well.
and he's working out
Very
real
good
well
man.
because he's been around a long time. So, I mean, you got something positive there. They're out there. Planners are out there. You gotta steal a good one.
Thanks again.
It's a money thing too, Joe, okay?
Sorry?
It's a money thing.
Oh, I know that, everything's. a money.
You know, and if you want something good, you know, it's like buying baseball players. No, we're not gonna pay $30 million. But literally, you gotta pay a half-decent salary on a part-time basis, you know, to
Well,
attract
I'm sure
something.
the board of selectmen will discuss it. I believe
Okay.
that you sent off a letter to us, so it'll end up being an agenda item in December probably, so.
Well, you got it 2 weeks ago. Okay?
Mail moves slow. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right,
Appreciate it. Happy Thanksgiving.
thank you.
And Walter Sorensen is on his way. He was in Haverhill getting gas, so he'll be here shortly, I hope. So they're first on the agenda.
Yeah, I know, so. Okay, next up is SD Way,
Continued hearing.
continued hearing.
Should have a sign sheet going around.
Yeah, I do.
Oh, okay, good. He said to start without him, so,
You can always go back and read the minutes, correct?
yes, yes. He can watch the tape.
Good evening. For the record, my name is Taylor Turbide from Millennium Engineering, here on behalf of George Hazeltine, the applicant. If you recall, the last time we were here, we had just received a response from Peter Williams, or we're about to. Since then, we have responded to that, which I have here a copy for the board. I have a response letter, a operation and maintenance plan, new set of plans. I have not included hydrology calculations revised, and I'll explain why in a minute. From the last meeting, what we did do, the main thing that came out of that is, we relocated the roadway 5 feet, further uphill. No, I told him to start. Okay. From the last meeting, we relocated the roadway up 5 feet, so it moved further, 5 feet further uphill, which increased the headlights further away from the house. The roadway has been regraded, redesigned, redesigned, center line reconfigured, all the calculations redone. The driveway's modified a minor bit. Most of the changes occurred on this top portion of the site. In addition to that, with the permission of the Cooks as a neighbor, we went on their property and we located some of the encroachments that do encroach onto parcel A. Primarily, the pool is not, but we have some sheds and fenced area in some of the area they're using. We're in the process of working out an easement for their use of that land so that they're not impacted by the subdivision. I believe, Adam can verify this, I believe a draft copy has gone out for their review and signature. We haven't heard back, but obviously we've been in communication with them, and basically George is working with them to get that resolved, so they don't have an issue with that encroachment. In locating the roadway 5 feet uphill, it did reduce some of the site distance up the hill, but even with the relocation, we're still in excess of over 250 feet. Giving these design speeds, even though a vehicle would rarely take a left turn out of here, you're stopping site distances recommended for 30 to 35 at around 200 to 220 feet, varying on the slope of the grade in that area. So we still exceed that. Unless you're aware of it, I did not find anywhere in your regulation where it specifies an exact site distance. So I just wanted, that standard comes from Ashland. In addition, we did receive Peter's comments. We have responded to all of them. Just yesterday, we received a few back. They're all very minor in nature. Added detail here. I've added some riprap in a basin. The only one that could have any significant impact, at least as far as I see, would be, he'd like us to revise some of the hydrology calculations, using a different flow concentration, things like that, which if it changed anything, it would just be the sizing on this infiltration basin. And if that's needed, we have plenty of room to do so. Given the short time frame and people out of the office, we weren't able to respond to that yet, but we should be able to do so within a week. No problem, and we don't anticipate any problem with responding to them, but I'll let Peter, give his input on that as well. Because we are revising the hydrology calculations, and as you know, they're pretty thick, we did not submit your revised one, but we will give you those as soon as they're revised.
He has one of these.
I mean, at this point, that's pretty much where we left off. It was primarily relocating the roadway uphill, addressing Peter's comments, so, if Peter wants to speak anything on what he had, or I can answer any questions.
That's something
Board or
else.
Butters may have.
So we're really waiting on Peter's comments
Well,
at this
he's waiting
point.
for us now.
Okay,
I would anticipate by Monday or Tuesday. Most people are out of the office this week, but it's less than a day to respond to his comments, and we'll get them right back to him.
okay.
But we obviously wanted to report on the changes that were made to the plan, relocating the roadway per agreement at the last meeting, progression of the easement negotiations over here.
Mm-hmm.
So, as denoted, this parcel A is still gonna be in entirety a limited cut zone, preserve some of that buffer. We're just gonna make sure that he's further protected by, if you can see here, that's where his fence is, and we're gonna be granting him an exclusive use easement of sorts, basically delineating the fence as the limit of that. And we'll put some mathematics on it.
Why don't you give it to him?
He might not want it, you know?
Well, I mean, with the last subdivision, I mean, that was the problem.
Ultimately, when you're creating an exclusive use easement, is
Yeah.
essentially like giving it to them, except they don't have to pay taxes on it. Taxes will remain with the owner of parcel A.
Does parcel A know that? Is parcel A gonna know that?
George is certainly aware of it.
I think that's certainly subject that's open to negotiation.
Yeah.
In my experience in working with neighbors, when they want limited cut zones and they want easement interest to preserve those in perpetuity, they prefer to have them as exclusive use easements for the reason that Trevor stated, because they don't assume the liability of ownership of that property, they don't assume the additional taxes associated with ownership of that property,
Mhm.
but they gain all the benefits, because an exclusive use easement would essentially provide them every right to use the area as if it were their own. But if it's the preference of the Cooks to own that own the fee interest in the area that we're delineating as an easement area, I think that's a topic that can be open to discussion. We proposed, as Taylor mentioned, an easement agreement that we provided to them. We haven't gotten any feedback yet, so I don't want to suggest that that's anything that has been ironed down yet. We've made a proposal, we've delineated an area and attached it as an exhibit to that easement agreement.
Mhm.
We provided language in the agreement that provides them with the exclusive right to use that, to maintain the fence, to maintain the shed in perpetuity, but we've not received any feedback yet. We're certainly.
Okay.
hopeful
It's just
to
that what I'm thinking is the last subdivision that George did, really, both sides of the road going out. You know, we weren't, neither a butter wanted it.
That's
So-
actually, since then, just, I don't know if you're aware of it, it's been put into a condominium association.
So
Homeowners,
they all own it,
essentially, yeah.
so they know that, and they know,
It was done with the agreement of all the people that lived there.
okay,
And the idea behind that, if you recall, was to try and, because it was useless land,
yeah,
portion of that went to the Wong family, which does live uphill, so one of the neighbors did take some of that land.
okay,
And the rest was to try and create a consistent feel. So you didn't have one homeowner maintaining it and deciding want to put a shed up there, that would affect everyone at the entrance.
yeah,
That was the idea behind doing it.
that's what I'm getting at.
One other thing I did forget to mention I wanted to add is, we have added an erosion control plan, which is the operation and maintenance plan I gave you. We implemented some things such as check dams and, straw mulching and things like that to prevent erosion down these steep slopes while things are exposed, control flow, get sediment out, during the construction process. Because I think that was a concern of some of the butters as well.
I got one question. Peter, the 6 pages that you sent, do you consider every one of these as a minor change?
There's really, what, about 8 items in it, I think?
Yeah, there's a number of it, just, you know, I've listed the waivers and, you know, noted that. And, a number of them, most of them are minor. One of the ones is, number 6, Taylor mentioned about the site distance. I would just like to see the calculation of that as required. You know, he's indicated provided location and slopes, but I would actually ask that we get the required distance.
Maybe I'll station it out or something to make sure it's clear to the builder. I think it's a detail for granite.
Yeah, those are the things, I think
The main ones are the catch basins and the drainage.
yeah, the catch basin calculations, he's using the orifice flow calculations, which is only appropriate where you have a low point where the water can accumulate and build up along on the 10-degree slope. It's very important that we get catch basins that will catch the water on the slope that's being proposed and not having it all go down to the end. to the
Yeah, it's,
cul-de-sac.
yes,
Be no problem.
that's a drop.
Ultimately, it'll probably come down to whether we change the thicker grade or something like that.
So there's only a couple out of the 43
Yeah, and I
bullet
think
points.
the biggest one that could potentially change things is the T sub C calculation that I requested adjusted. And that would probably, could potentially change, require a larger detention basin, but that would just mean kind of just reworking the easement on the bottom.
We'd have to regrade a little bit and
Yeah.
adjust the
Part
easement.
of this, you know, it may have to stretch out at the other side to, you know, they have plenty of room down there to move the septic systems in the houses to accommodate the repairs.
And speaking with reconfiguring lots, per one of your comments, I did reconfigure these lots as you requested for the lot widths, if you
Thank
recall.
you, yeah.
And you know, they did change the roadway alignment, you know, to 5 feet out to the road. You still have a pretty, you know, it's still coming in at pretty close to the perpendicular, so it kind of still maintain the benefit of having that turn and moving out the roadway a little bit.
Okay. So we're just waiting for the range calcs and then, so you guys got, what, a couple weeks?
I would say we can get it back to you by Tuesday, Wednesday at the very latest. So what would you need? I just don't want to commit Chris, you know, walking in Monday morning to sit right down, but I would say Wednesday at the latest. The question would be how long would you need from that?
I'd probably do about a week or so to do it.
Yeah.
So,
Jim, you wanna hear from the residents, see if they got
Yeah,
anything before you continue?
Okay, we're all set, right? Both?
well, I guess the other issues are gonna be the board moving on.
For the waivers.
The waivers.
Considering
Yeah.
waivers, I mean, that's the biggest one.
Well, we'll see when the other stuff comes in and do it all in one whack.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
So,
Okay, all right, we'll hear from the neighborhood, okay? Anybody, any abutters that want to speak?
I'm William Cook, 10 SD Way, Groveland. Just so you're aware, I just got the paperwork last night emailed to me to sign anything on any easement, so I haven't really, it has language in there, I have to give away my first 3 that were born, but I mean, we'll resolve that. But it was, I just received that last night.
I told you yesterday.
Yeah, yeah, so, I mean, I'm still in disagreement with the line, but we'll have to discuss that in the meantime. I don't think I think the line's off, but we'll figure it out.
You saw where we staked it out for you.
Yeah. That's the only comment I have right now.
Okay.
okay.
Anyone else?
The folks that live across the road?
And just so the board knows, we went out and I did talk to him on sidewalk about it, and at that time, I told him when the crew came back, we actually staked the line in the field so we could see where it went.
Yeah.
Which essentially runs from a bound at the front of the property and an iron rod at the rear, which are both shown on the records plans that graded the lot
Okay.
by Christian and Serge.
All right, we'll figure that one out. And
Yeah.
you said you're okay with the alignment?
Hi, Jose Escobar, 7 SD Way, across the street. You just brought up a point, actually. You mentioned you restaked, you moved the line, the road, the entranceway 5 feet to the right, I believe?
Uphill, yeah.
Is that restaked? at
No,
the-
we did not restake.
Okay, that was, you mentioned restaking, and I
Yeah, no,
realized that
I
those
was-
haven't moved yet.
What it did, we went back out to locate some of the encroachments to make sure that we're giving them plenty of area for the easements that we're proposing to create. And when we did that, we laid out the property line for him. So you can see,
Okay.
because he brought up during the sidewalk that he didn't agree where the location.
Oh, okay. But the front of the road hasn't been restated?
No.
Okay, Okay, thank you.
So if you go from those stakes 5 feet uphill, that's where it would be now,
Towards the end of the,
uphill. So, towards,
Towards
what's
uphill.
that? Yes.
Right.
okay,
Yeah.
okay, thank you.
How far back, just so you know, how far back does that 5-foot adjustment extend? You connect at some point
Oh, you mean into the property?
into the property.
What we did is we took, we essentially took this whole entrance and shifted it 5 feet, and then we refilleted the curve, holding it 225.
So is there still a curve?
Yeah.
Going in?
Correct. Not the curve, we didn't change the alignment, I guess, so if you recall, there was the possibility of having to ask for additional waiver by the rotation, making it greater or less than 70. What we did is we just took the center line, shifted it up, and then we're required to hold 225-foot horizontal radius. We recreated this radius, so the shift would probably go about 50 to 60 feet, would be my guess, into the roadway.
Okay.
And then once you get on this downslope, this stays in the same location. So it's just this front area up here that shifted. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does, okay.
That's what you're trying to ask, right?
Yeah.
Anybody else?
You know, I have a question, Jim.
Sure.
Peter, I read Peter's, report. Did I read it right, no streetlights?
That's what the proposal.
There is a waiver on the table for that.
Oh, you don't wanna have, are there any on, Esty
It's
Way?
more- That's, if you read the waiver, and if the board is opposed to it, we have no problem, I mean, we'll put them in. But, Estes Way currently doesn't have any.
Oh, they don't?
Unless I'm recollecting incorrectly.
We do have streetlights.
Oh, if you do, then we'll put them in, because that's the
Yeah.
basis of the waiver.
There's still one over next to my house, because that's pretty much where the road's going.
That's fine too, I mean, if, you know, that's something we can certainly
It's on
adjust
the
for
back.
the next
That's-
meeting.
That can go anywhere, placement for public safety. You know, that's,
To be quite honest, a week ago, I had this conversation with my field crew. And, because I was like, you don't show me any streetlights, and they said there's none out there. So that's where that came from. But if they're there, then we intend to remove the waiver request. If any abutters have an issue with it being there, we can certainly put the first one 50 feet in or 100 feet in, whatever the planning board seems fit.
yeah,
A
those
lot of
always
times-
move around.
I was just gonna say, a
There's
lot
no
of
second.
times, we don't have control over some of that. Groveland is one of the few towns that actually have their own light department, and they tend to take authority over where those go, when they're put in.
But they listen.
Yeah.
They get it.
They'll listen to you, but not them.
But I would assume that we probably want something near the entrance so it's lighted, and something probably down near the cul-de-sac.
Be further up the road a piece, right, the lot, that first lot? Depending on where the transfer is.
I mean, typically, I would put one at the end.
Right,
Um,
is that on the other side of the
What's
street?
that?
But,
This is a waiver.
you know,
to
I guess that's why I brought up the number of 50 feet,
Yeah.
if there's a butter that's
1441.
Well,
Well,
that's
it's to at
totally
least 50
with the
feet in, it's still
Esty Way.
close enough.
I mean-
From down more, right where the
Yeah,
road cuts
right,
in
yeah.
next to my house.
Oh, I'm sorry, you're over here? Is this where,
Yeah.
oh, yeah, that's not a problem. Yeah, that's
Typically on something like, what's the linear feet?
That would be three,
Yeah, three lights,
Walter.
yeah,
749 here?
yeah.
Three lights.
Where's the limit? Yeah,
Because I thought there was on West Esty Way.
We can
Move
certainly
them
make
anywhere.
We can show them on the plans as the other side of the street if that's
Yeah.
what you prefer, yeah.
that's easy.
What side is the electric line going? You don't have that yet.
It's currently proposed on that side in the shoulder between the roadway and the sidewalk. That's what we're.
So it's on the other side anyway?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's where the
Okay.
transformers go, that's easy.
And then I think it run, if I recall, it's on this sheet right here. Yeah, currently runs down the shoulder, and then it stubs off right here when you wrap back around, because there's no reason to run it back up.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
that would make all the sense in the world, because all the transformers and everything will be on the other side of the road.
Okay, that answers that one. Anything else?
Yeah, these are things that we like to hear from you, you know, as this thing goes along, and make it, you know, more palatable to you.
Just to clarify, we will
So-
remove that waiver request.
Thank you.
And a lot of times we run into things after everything's up. And then we have to intercede at that point, and it's not good for, you know, yourselves, the new homeowners, the planning board, and the builders at that point. It really is kinda like, a drag out at that point, so, you know, we want you to think about this whole, what they're gonna do, or what they'd like to do, all right? It's
Just to-
important.
What, do you know what type of streetlights they have? They're not
Should be the underground.
Are they just are they just
They're like
individual?
lamp-
They're like lanterns.
Oh, all right, so that's why, yeah, that's actually what our waiver proposes, is to waive the requirement of streetlights in favor of individual lights on the lots, because Estes Way doesn't have streetlights.
No, we do have.
No, they're just the gaslight looking streetlights that Groveland
They're like
switched
the
to like
decorative.
15 years ago, yeah.
Yeah, Groveland Light
Yeah.
supplies them. Actually,
Yeah.
well, the developer pays for them, but Groveland Light, it's a
Just
standard.
get,
like a
get them
big light.
so that the light hits the road, it doesn't, you know, they black them out
I
on
know
each,
exactly what you're talking about.
yeah.
Yeah, they can put shields on
Yeah.
them.
They can, on the panels, they can black them out,
Yeah.
and they also have a light down reflector.
They're
Because
actually
Groveland's got
Yeah.
a light pollution law, so they have, so the light shines down.
They're referred to as dark skylights,
Yeah,
and most towns do require them.
yeah. So,
Taylor, on the 11 waivers that you're requesting.
Yep.
In the subdivision rules book, there's a section in there that you need to supply to us, a written letter on each waiver.
Yep.
Telling us why, and it won't be a detriment to the town.
I believe usually, I will double check to make sure I did, I usually put it in the front of the initial application.
Okay, I'll look for it.
I will verify and I will also update it to make sure it includes all of these. Usually I give you, and if you look at the cover, I usually give you the waiver request and why we're requesting it.
so 2 weeks continue, you think? Jim?
Well, here's one of the things. We got December coming up, you know, which gets busy. And already on the 8th of the month, I've got town council coming in to talk to the planning board. And the building inspector, the chairman of the zoning board of appeals, and hopefully, if he responds to me, the chairman of the board of selectmen. You know, so that we're all on the same page going into the annual town meeting on the
Right.
new rewrite of the zoning bylaw.
Okay, so what do
Now-
you think, the 22nd, or you wanna do it on the week after?
Well, you know, it could end up, you know, you end up doing 3 meetings literally in December, and I mean, I don't know what everybody's got for time and everything. When do you think you're gonna have all your comments done?
As I said, I will have them back to Peter by next Wednesday at the very latest. And then whatever Peter thinks is fair for himself, I don't wanna rush him.
Okay, 'cause the next Tuesday's gonna be, what is it, the,
8th, you said?
no, the one
No,
before, the first. You think you're gonna be ready by then? He sends you something, you're ready to,
I'm gonna be receiving them on the 3rd.
You'd be receiving it on the,
December,
yeah. So literally, you wanna wait.
I can try and get it to you for Tuesday, if that works.
Can you be ready by the 15th, do you think, and if not, we gotta go to the 23rd?
Yeah,
It's like-
yeah.
22nd or
If we- if-
29th.
Oh, I can be
Yeah.
ready, we could be ready by the 15th.
Why don't we do the 15th with you guys, because, you know, once you hit Christmas, I can tell you right now, board members are liable to drop and everybody else is liable to drop. And we like to cut it off by the middle of the month.
Yes, last
So I
minute
definitely
shopping.
wanna do
Works
that.
for me.
Okay,
Okay.
so December 15th?
15th,
It's actually
okay,
the only night that week that works.
Okay.
okay.
Want me to make
That's
that motion?
continued.
Okay, we'll simply continue it to 12/15/2015
7:45?
at
Yes.
7:45. I'll make that motion,
Second.
okay. Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, unanimous.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Have a nice Thanksgiving.
Okay,
Thank you.
Thank you.
all right.
What else
You too. Update?
Chester, the next one is what, Chesterton MOD?
Right, but I haven't heard back from them.
Okay.
Okay, well, let me write it down, because it's on.
Good night. Happy Thanksgiving.
I just want to give an update on Crabcheck and Homestead. And Scott Green, yeah.
Okay, that's what we're gonna do, okay, so Chesterton, you just haven't heard back, that's it.
Okay.
6 is gonna be Groveland Fairways.
Thank you.
What do you got on?
Nothing.
Happy
Okay,
Thanksgiving.
same to you.
Haven't heard anything more or no chatter on the emails, so
Okay.
What, Groveland Fairways, nothing at all?
nothing.
Okay. Okay, 7, so Skip Sheehan Way, Sunset Circle. It's Sunset Circle now, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right. You ready for me to?
Yes.
Okay.
Go.
Okay.
All right, I talked to him, last Friday, he was going, Thursday, he was gonna go down to Salem and record the plan.
Yeah.
It was a rainy day, but, when he got there, he didn't have the MOD, the appeal period.
Yeah.
So, today, yesterday, he went to Ann and got the MOD, the town clerk.
Yeah.
And she inadvertently gave him a copy and not the original. So he went to Salem again today, and they refused it because
Not the blue.
they don't want a copy, they want the original MOD.
Okay.
And he also needed a special letter for something else that they require with the plans.
Yeah, yeah.
So he was gonna try to get that done today, but more than likely it'll be next week.
Okay.
But he's been down there 3 times, he sent a man and he went twice. So he is doing it, getting the plans recorded, the MOD
Yep.
recorded, and the proper paperwork done, he'll be back with it. Crabcheck, I went there today, and last week when I went there, I talked to Carl, and he was telling me that the bank wants to hold up until the spring.
Okay.
So they had dug down the bank, and as you're looking in on the left-hand side,
Yeah.
which is the drier side. In the
Okay.
spring, the water comes down more on the right-hand side as you're looking in off of 7 Star. So what they dug out of there, they're landscaping it so they can control the erosion, and they're gonna put some of the erosion control on top that the plan requires, and make sure they have hay bales and a catch-all dam on that side so it doesn't run out on 7 Star.
Okay.
So he's not gonna do any more through the winter, which is
Okay.
good.
All right.
And then Homestead, that job site's coming along great, and 2 of the cellar holes are dug.
Good.
And the grader's coming tomorrow to grade the roadway in preparation for the 3 inches of binder.
Okay.
And Bell and Flynn, who I've used in this town back in the 70s and 80s, they do a great job. They're gonna be coming down hopefully on Monday. I would've liked them, got them here on Friday, it's supposed to be 60, but I won't let them hot top unless it's 50 degrees.
Okay.
But it's a small area, so even if they start at noontime, they'll finish it.
Right. Okay.
So that's coming along good.
All right. Anything else? I
Well,
got.
the only thing we gotta do, Bob, is
Yep.
you can call Scott, I gotta put that sidewalk back.
Oh, yes, you were telling me, yes.
With-
She'll
Not
look
with
at
hot
this.
top, but with
And
material.
I'll tell you
The
when I
T-bones
got
on
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I forgot to
These
mention that to
people-
him,
I got a few
with the
calls.
baby carriage and
Yeah.
stuff, yeah.
Let's just mention that to him when you, next time. He should be back doing something pretty soon, but
Pecker
Okay.
Lane, Bob, that's, each time I went down there, it was coming along good,
He's
so.
he's gonna hot top that, he said, right after. They're gonna go over and hot top that. They're supposed to
Oh,
start
right.
getting it ready.
At the same time?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
So we're just gonna post them after. Okay.
Uh,
Anything else you need me for in a vote, because I'm on a short leash?
Just wanna let you understand what that is. I went to her 3 times.
That's how I got this.
Yeah, guess what? She said she didn't get it, she didn't get it, she didn't get it. She got it.
Yep.
Okay,
Okay,
all right.
that's it on that?
That's it on my briefing, yeah.
I'm on
Well,
a short leash
We've
too.
got an invoice from Amy Bedard.
Oh, okay, usually she sends them to me, I didn't see it.
It's what, $225?
Yep. I'll turn that in next week.
Okay, so it's $225. Okay, 3 meetings.
Motion to pay the bill of
Second.
minutes taken.
Okay. Okay, second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, that's,
Just sign it, yeah.
yeah, all right. Hold on 1 minute.
Guess I gotta take off and get the kids.
Okay, go ahead.
Have a nice
Yeah.
Thanksgiving.
I just want to make sure we're hitting everything, Wally.
Okay.
That's the budget
I'll
thing.
catch up with you on the other stuff, Bob.
Okay,
Yep.
Have a nice Thanksgiving, guys. All right.
Yep, you
All right.
too. That's just Jim's letter that he sent.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I talked to, maybe they're thinking of maybe hiring, maybe someone that'll do conservation agent and town plan.
Yeah.
I guess there is, they've had them in some towns like that.
Yep.
yeah, that's what I think we should do. So you get them here.
Yeah.
I was gonna say
Don't do
that.
it too much.
Okay,
We,
all right,
Put it on the agenda when we
All right.
do, yeah.
anything else tonight?
No,
Okay, read that one, pass it to Bobby, that's funny. Okay, motion to adjourn.
so motioned at 8:30.
Second,
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, thank you for watching tonight. That ends the planning
it's
board
gone
meeting.
anyway.
It's gone.